Today is 5th July 2025, and as per lunar calendar and referring to Samrat Vikramaditya, it's 2082. The year name is Kali Yuga. The auspicious month of Ashad is going on, and it's the 10th day of brighter phase. Day is Saturday, and the nakshatra is Swati. Today, we will be discussing the 103rd part of our ongoing Gita lessons, and we will be starting our discussion from the 17th mantra of 14th chapter. Before entering into the topic, into the lesson, I would request you all to please do kindly share this video at your status so that much and more person could get connected and join this Gita lesson. It's a very important request in behalf of spreading Gita Ji and its noble message to every person. Now we will be starting our discussion from the 17th mantra. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam rajaso lobha eva cha pramadamo tamaso bhavato ajnanameva cha एवं परंपराया जातात अधिक सत्वात् आत्मयाथात्म्या परोक्ष रूपम ज्ञानम जायते. In this way, in a systematic manner, the Satogun increases gradually, and the knowledge related to or required to attain Atma Sakshatkar is benefited by that Jivatma. Tatha pravriddhat rajasa swargadi phala lobha jayate तथा प्रवृद्धात् च तमसः प्रमादः अनवधान निमित्ता असत् कर्मणि प्रवृत्ति. And for those beings who are indulged in Rajoguna, as the Rajoguna increases gradually, birth after birth, they increase the greed, lobh, and the greed or the aim of their upasana, of their good virtues, ends up after attaining the Swargalok. Means they always perform Vedic rituals, they follow the rules of disciplines of Vedas to attain fruits at much more and upper level. That is, in later words, he start doing the Vedic karmas to attain Swarga, the heaven. Tatha pravriddha cha tamasa pramada anavadha nimitta asat karmani pravriddha. And if the Jivatma is indulged in the tamoguna, when he takes the birth after birth, he is increasing tamogun in within himself. Then at the last, he is indulged in a life which is very careless. Along with it, he gets indulged into asat karmani pravritti. Means he is engaged in performing the actions, performing the works, the deeds which had been prohibited by the Vedas. He fails to create interest in the proper deeds, and he is suffering from a lot of interest towards the actions prohibited by the Vedas. Tata cha moho viparita jnanam. Similarly, moha should be taken as viparita jnana, means the misunderstanding of the messages by Vedas. Tata cha adiktaram tamaha. In this way, more and more tamogun comes in practice. Tata cha ajnanam jnana bhava, and finally it results in totally ajnan, that is lack of knowledge. So this is the gradual increase in the satogun and its effects, and the gradual increase in rajogun and tamogun, and the effect which the jivatma faces in the gradual continued births. Now we will understand the 18th mantra. Let's see what the 18th mantra says. We are learning Gita Ji and the commentary by Bhashyakaar Shri Ramanuja Swamiji. You can say it to be a Vaishnavism related philosophy of Gita Ji. I will request you all I will welcome all the live viewers, and I will request you all to please do kindly share the video link at your status so that we can spread the message of Gita Ji to more and more persons. Now the 18th mantra of the 14th chapter. Urdhvam gachanti sattvastha madhye tishtanti rajasaha jaganya guna vrittistha adho gachanti tamasaha. एवं उक्तेन प्रकारेण सत्वस्था ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति क्रमेण संसार बंधात् मोक्षं गच्छन्ति. In the gradual increase in the sattva-guna, the jivatma gradually increases its level upwards. That is, it increases its level of thinking, level of life, and finally he is freed from the bondings of the sansar, of the world. Rajasa swargadi palalobha karatvad rajasaha fala sadhana bhutam karma nusthaya tatphalam anubhuya puna api janitva tat apekshitam karma anutishtanti iti madhye tishtanti punaravritti rupataya dukkha prayam eva tat. Those who are in the rajogun, they always feel attracted towards the better fruits like that of the heaven, the swarga. And that's why they are always engaged in performing the actions with a motto to attain the fruits. Phalasadhana bhutam karmanusthaya. And when they perform the actions to attain some fruits, they attain the fruits. And the fruit again comes in a better lifestyle in the other birth. Then again, as per the Rajoguna, they perform the Vedic system of life to attain much more fruits. The result is one more birth, having much more superior condition to attain much more better fruits of life. And similarly, they continue performing actions prescribed by the Vedas to attain much more beneficial, better lifestyle. That's why iti madhya tishtanti, they reside in mid. Punaravritti rupadya dukkha prayam eva tat. That is, they experience death, thereafter birth, then again death, then again thereafter birth. They experience. So they are engaged in the continued cycle of life and death, life and death, life and death. And they are maintained at a particular, you can say, species of human being. And slowly, gradual increase is there in the level of space, lifestyle, then thereafter the spaces, and then thereafter they attain the Swarga Loka. So you can say they are in mid in the cycle of life and death, life and death, life and death. And because they have always full conscious of maintaining the guidelines by the Vedas. But the problem is that they are always attached with the fruits of all those actions. This is the problem. And thus they are engaged in the cycle of life and death. Now we shall talk about the tamoguna. Tamasaha tu jaganya guna vrittistha उत्तर निकृष्ट तमो गुणवृत्तिषु स्थिता अधो गच्छन्ति अंत्यजत्वम तथा तिर्यक्त्वम तथा कृमि कीटादिजन. If you talk about the tamoguni persons, they are always been you can say gifted by or provided by the inferior birth level, उत्तर निकृष्ट, so that they could be availed to perform much more actions related to the tamoguna. Antyajatvam means they are provided birth in the fourth varna. Tata tiryatvam, if they continue performing the tamoguna, then they are provided the tiryatvam, means the birth of reptilia, where they have poison, like the snake having poison in the teeth. Tata krimi kitadi janma. Then thereafter they have provided the birth of you can say the moths, the insects, the cockroaches and all such insects. Tata sthavaratvam, even if they continue performing the sins, the tamoguna activities, then they are provided the sthavaratvam, means that of the big trees, banyans, people and all such big trees. Tata api gulamalatatvam, if they are having continued practice of performing the stupid actions, tamoguni actions, then they are provided the gulmalatattva, means the creepers, climbers, shrubs, herbs and all these things. Tata cha shilakashta locha trinaditvam gachanti ityartha. And thereafter they are turned into shila, the stones, the kast, the wood, lost means a lump amount of mud. Trinaditvam, or the trinaditvam means the grasses. Gachanti ityartha, they are provided such forms of life. So in this way, we had observed the level of life which they attain after performing or having continued life in Satogun, Rajogun and Tamagun respectively. Now we are going to discuss the 19th mantra. Nanyam gunebhya kartaram yada drashta nupashyate gunebhyascha param vetti madbhavam sodhigacchate. एवं सात्विकाहार सेवया फलाभिसंधि रहित भगवदाराधन रूप कर्मानुष्ठानैः च रजस्तमसी सर्वात्मना अभिभूय उत्कृष्ट सत्वनिष्ठो यदा अयं द्रष्टा गुणेभ्यः अन्यं कर्तारं न अनुपश्यते. In this way, after enjoying, engulfing or taking the sattvic ahar, the objectives which are having satoguna, and with the continued practices of the actions prescribed by the Vedas but detached from the fruits of such actions. If such works are performed, they are said to be known as a worship of Bhagavan Srimad Narayana. And in this way, while performing such satoguni actions, he uses to take control over the Rajogun and Tamoguna. In this way, such persons sarvatmana abhibhuya utkrishta sattvanishto yada ayam drashta gunebhya anyam kartaram nanupashyate. In this way, such person who is always residing, maintaining his life in Sattoguna, such person is able to such person never accepts any other as the doer of actions other than the gunas. He accepts that these gunas are responsible for performing different actions. अन्यम गुणा एव स्व अनुगुण प्रवृत्तिषु कर्तार इति पश्यति. That is, the gunas, the satoguna, rajoguna, tamoguna is mainly responsible to perform the different actions. We shall understand this thing. If someone is having a life of a cobra, then it is having poison in the teeth. And at that time, if it hisses any, attacks any prey, and that prey gets poisoned, who is the provider of poison? The poison is being provided by the teeth which the cobra is having. Now, why is the life of cobra being provided by to that Jivatma? Because that Jivatma was misguided by the different organs in the previous birth in Tamoguna, and it was in continued practice or continued thought to attack anyone, to kill anyone. So in this time, that Jivatma had been benefited by a shape of cobra, and the poison teeth had been provided to that. In this way, so who is responsible? The gunas, the tamogun, which is responsible for that Jivatma to attain the life of a cobra, is responsible for the death of that prey. If someone talking about the cow, it is providing milk. It is the guna which is provided the shape of a cow and thus benefited by the nipples for milk, and thus that cow is able to provide milk to anyone. So that in the scene we are observing that this cow is providing milk, but in reality, why is the shape of cow being provided to that Jivatma? Then the answer is the gunas with which it had been connected in the previous birth is responsible for that Jivatma to have the shape of a cow, and thus resulting in the ability to provide milk to other beings. So, Swanuguna Pravrittishu Kartarati Pasha, these gunas are responsible to create a situation to perform any particular action, which is Satoguni, Rajoguni or Tamoguni. Gunebhya cha param vetti kartribhyo gunebhya cha param anyam atmanam agartaram vetti samadbhavam adhigacchati mamatayo bhavatam adhigacchati. And the Atma is accepted by such Satoguni to be, you can say, to be above, to be different from these three gunas. The Atma is in reality not the doer of any action. And such Jivatma which accepts this concept of life, such Satoguni Jivatma, Samadbhavam adhigacchati, attains my bhav, attains the feeling related to me, and thus attains to me. Mam yo bhavatam adhigacchati, attains to me. Etat uktam bhavati atmana swata parishuddha svabhasya purva karma मूल गुण संग निमित्तम विविध कर्मसु कर्तृत्वम. आत्मा स्वतः तो अकर्ता अपरिच्छन्न ज्ञानी का कारः इति एवं आत्मानं यदा पश्यति तदा मदभावम अधिगच्छति इति. Means that the doership of the Atma for the different actions is due to the gunas which are present there. The Atma is in reality very pure, not connected with any triguna, any of the trigunas. In reality, Atma is not the doer, performer of any action, and it is only Jnana Swarup, Means you can say Atma should be taken as the form of Gyan. Aparichan means limitless knowledge. In this way, those who accepts Atma with such concept, they attain my feelings or the feelings towards me. Kartribhyo gunebhya anyam akartaram atmanam pashyan bhagavad bhavam adhikachati iti uktam. As it is said that the Atma is different, indifferent. Atma is indifferent from the Trigunas who are the real doer of all the actions. And such Jivatma attains Madbhav. So Bhagavad Bhav. So what is Bhagavad Bhava Kidrisha iti atra? What do you mean by this Bhagavad Bhav? What do you mean by Madbhav? This is the confusion. So Bhagavan is explaining this in the 20th mantra. What does it mean to be Madbhav, Bhagavad Bhav, that is attaining the feelings related to me? What does it mean? Let's see. The 28th mantra of the 14th chapter. Guna netana tityatim dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityo jara dukkhair vimukto amritamashnude. Ayam dehi deha samudbhavan dehakara parinata prakriti samudbhavan etan sattvadhin trin gunan atitya tebhya cha anyam jnanikaakaram atmanam pashyan janma mrityu jara dukkhaihi vimukta amritam atmanam anubhavati esha madbhav ityartha. It is said that the Atma attains the shape of the Prakriti, attains the shape of the body which had been provided by the Prakriti, and thus crossing the limits of the Trigunas, the Sattvagun, Rajagun and Tamogun. This Atma is in reality indifferent from the Trigunas. It is totally the form of knowledge. Acknowledging, experiencing that Atma results to the freedom from life and death and problems of old ages too. After this phenomenon, that practitioner attains the experience related to the Atma, which is Amrit Roop, means the Atma which is not connected with the cycles of life and death. This is my feeling, and this is the main motto of discussing about Madbhav or Bhagavad Bhav. So here we understood about the concept of Madbhav and Bhagavad Bhav. Now, Ata Gunatitasya Swarupa Suchana Chara Prakaram Gunatyaya Hetum Chaprachan Arjunuvacha. It is said that the Atma is freed, or which Atma is indifferent from the Trigunas. How is this status being accepted? What is the meaning of this status? And how is it attained? This is being going to be questioned by Arjuna in the 20th mantra. Kai Arjun Uvacha Kailingay Guna Netan Atito Bhavati Prabho Kimachara Katham Chaitan Strin Guna Nati Vartate Sattvadin Trin Gunan Etan Atita Kaihi Lingaihi Kaihi Lakshanaihi Upalakshito Bhavati Kimachara Kena Acharena Yukta Aso. That this Jivatma is indifferent from the Trigunas. What is the symptoms, symbols and signs of such Jivatma, such persons who is experiencing such level? What are the behavior he is performing in his lifestyle? What are the changes or which symbols could be attained, could be visualized in the lifestyle of such person? Asya swarupavagate linga bhutachara kidrisha ityartha. What is the symbols of such persons who are experiencing Atma to be indifferent of the three gunas? Kacham cha etan kinopayan sattvadin trin gunan ativardate. How a person could attain such level, having accepting Atma to be indifferent of the three gunas? That is, accepting these three gunas to be the main cause of all actions and this Atma to be indifferent of the three gunas. How could a person attain such level of life? Means we are going to discuss the symptoms, the symbols, the signs to identify a practitioner who had attained such level of thought, of philosophy, which is indifferent from the three gunas. Earlier we had discussed to identify person indulged in the Sattva Guni, Rajoguni and Tamoguni. Now Bhagavan is going to explain about the symbol, signs, identification marks of the practitioners who accepts Atma to be indifferent of the three gunas. Very interesting topic. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prakasham cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha pandava na dveshti sampravittani na nivrittani kankshade Atma vyatirikteshu vastushu anishteshu sampravittani satturajas tamasam karyani prakasha pravritti mohakhyani yona dveshti. Those who accepts all the other things other than Atma to be in the form of light, in the form of continued practice, pravritti, in the form of misunderstanding, moha, due to the sattvagun, rajogun and tamogun, but never fails envy from them. Tatha atma vyatirikteshu ishteshu vastushu tani eva nivrittani nakankshyate. Not only that, it is totally freed. That such practitioner is totally freed from the attachment towards all such things other than Atma. Not only that, nivrittani na kankshati, nor they wish them, and are totally freed from all these different objects which are different from Atma. They accept that all the other things, all the other actions, all the other knowledge, all the other behavior, lifestyle, they are indulged in Sattvagun, Rajogun and Tamogun. Thus they never show any affection towards them, and they always think about the Atma. So this is the first symbol of such person who accepts Atma to be indifferent from the Trigunas. Now from 23rd mantra we will discuss in the 104th part. I will request you all to please do kindly share this video link at your status so that collectively we can provide the message of Gita Ji to every person, and the message of Gita Ji is important to provide lawful actions in this world, to maintain justice in this world. Thanking you. Jai Shrimad Narayana.